I shoot my shot and it's clean. This is my city, yeah, this is my team. If you talking and talking me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion. The game is in trouble, I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle, I got it for real. Still keep me going, I wake
Music
up
licensing reimagined.
in the field, man of the town, you been in your fields, I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty, either that or your tragedy. We shutting everything down. I'm being hot like somebody put a candle on them. Off top, I don't really stand opponents. This mine, the moment is run out and start a bunch of pandemonium. More game, I got some. The skill is bar one, y'all done. The game in the coffin. Referee screen, rest in peace. So think twice if you next to me. It's West. This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring, you know what I mean.
Artlist.io.
Shoot my shot and it's clean. This is my city, yeah, this is my team. If you talking and talking me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion. It's our repetition, I'm stacking these trophies, I'm good with addition. I spit like a pastor, I give you the vision. Up early morning, enough of the sleep in my life is
Music licensing reimagined.
Haters get livid, my pocket's Pacific, that's deep if you get it. So Tempur-Pedic, I sleep on the critics, don't feel like competing, I'm hearing these crickets. Whoa, let me switch the flow, a new bounce. Coming to the den with a lion, I'm gon' pounce. Know I've been a king for a while, got a ring and a crown, that's the bling with the blow. What the team is about, champions. You can tell by the ambience of this sound. Referee screen, rest in peace, and think twice if you left some me, just no doubt. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean.
Artlist.io.
If you talking and talking me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This is my city, yeah, this is my team.
Music licensing reimagined.
I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. From the Channel 9 studio, welcome in the Sports Chat with Mr. 33. I am he, Mr. 33. And tonight, as normal, we come on to talk about Monday Night Raw on Netflix. And pretty much with everything being solidified as far as the matches as of the Elimination Chamber participants, no, it was a smooth, well, it wasn't a smooth Monday night. Let me stop lying because something did happen tonight. But as far as, the participants in the chamber match, it was, it was pretty cool and quiet, right? As they started off the night on Raw, Logan Paul came out talking smack, talking about how he gonna win and do all of this other stuff, and then CM Punk comes in, talking about, yo, you a nobody. I'm paraphrasing all of this. I'm not going, sit there and try to recapture the words verbatim, and he was telling them pretty much to sum it up, you might say I ain't nothing. This is what Punk told him. I ain't nothing and all of that. I might have froze, but we are legends in this match. You just got here. You ain't talking about nothing real, pretty much. And then, out of nowhere, Logan Paul said something slick real quick and then slapped him. Slapped CM Punk. He got up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Call him a flash in the pan. Yeah, like a little. You're a one hit wonder type of person. That's how Punk was really talking to him, and he couldn't stand there no more. So since he was a one hit wonder, he got his one hit wonder. So he ended up smacking him, and because he told him he ain't gonna be here long enough, and nobody gonna remember who you are. He slapped him and got up out of the ring, and they, very interesting start to the night on Raw tonight. Ludwig Kaiser came out talking. It's gonna be a year. before his match, you know, he had a triple threat match, Penta with Pete Dunne and Ludwig Kaiser. So, BDB, what up, man? He came on out there, you know, speaking what he had to speak. He got into the match. You know, Penta's, you know, doing his thing, little cruiserweight thing. How you feeling? How you living? And, you know, he going, you know, doing the flips and all of that, doing the cruiserweight thing. Pete Dunne really showed tonight, you know, how he's going to be a very vital mid card person into this in on the Raw side of things, right? As he actually, you know, he had some good points in the match. He kept the match very relevant with his little, you know, ins and outs, as well as Penta. But Ludwig Kaiser, he said it's going to be his year, and you know, he actually started it off with a big win tonight after defeating both Penta and Pete Dunne, which is strange because now Penta was being rant and raved about, you know, going undefeated and all of that. You know, he's the new one to beat and all that. And out of nowhere, Ludwig Kaiser just ended up beating both him and Pete Dunne. So, you know, is there things ahead for Ludwig Kaiser? Is he going to be, you know, where they got him lined up at? Do they got him lined up as an intercontinental contender? I don't think they have him as a heavyweight champion contender as of yet. And he doesn't have a tag team partner, so that may be a way to look at Ludwig Kaiser versus Braun Breaker, who had a match later on in the event tonight. But it was a big win for Ludwig Kaiser. Maybe getting some momentum going towards, like I said, that Intercontinental belt. After that match, we had Rhea Ripley having an interview, you know, telling everybody she's going to be up here, she's going to be on top. Io Sky came out and, you know, like, yo, we going to have that fight. But that fight, Riders, what's going on with you? Good evening, right? Io Sky came out of nowhere and just told her, you know what? We're going to see about this when we fight for the belt after Elimination Chamber, which will be next Monday. So, you know, they amped up that match real quick. I'm going to beat you. Nah, you ain't going to hold this belt for long. I'm Rhea Ripley. I'm Rhea Bloody Ripley. And, you know, they had their little conversation, and then they're going to, you know, that leads up to the match for the world title. Like I said, next Monday. Dang, March is here so fast, isn't it, guys? Time is flying. It was just New Year's. We were just celebrating New Year's, doing all type of Royal Rumble conversations and all of that. And now look, we already at Elimination Chamber. We go to the next match. The next match was the New Day versus the LWO. New Day coming in with, you know, their new music. You know, they the bad guys now. Nobody want to hear them talk. This, that, and the third. The New Day pretty much dismantled the LWO guys, Del Toro and oh God, I can't remember the other person's name, but that the name of the team is LWO. They destroyed them real quick, and then Dragon, you know, they were gonna put the beats on them, and then Dragon Lee came out to, you know, give them a little boost before they get their brains kicked in. But you know, it's just for me, it's a sad moment for me because it's like the New Day is on the decline, and you know they're becoming more. You know, if you was watching WWE for the past few years, well, a few years ago, it was either New Day, the Usos, then the Johnny Come Lately Street Profits. So those were the three teams that we was looking at. But now that you know, the Usos became singular competition, the New Day falling off. You know, now they're becoming mid-card players. But strangely enough, the Street Profits is, a team that's on SmackDown who's trying to make waves to get themselves into a championship contender. But, just watching those three teams separated just shows you, they're not even on the same, they're not competing anymore like that. So it just shows you something different. Now tonight was Gunther came out and he had a little match with Tozawa. Now, funny thing about the Tozawa match, Tozawa showed that he had the potential to keep up for a second with Gunther, right? So, Tozawa's doing everything, getting his hits in and, getting a couple pins in and, getting a couple 2 counts and all that. Then Gunther said, "You know what, man? I gotta stop, and I gotta show why I'm the champ." He started putting his weight on little Tozawa, and at the end of the day, Gunther beat Tozawa. And then after that match, he wanted to beat on him some more. Then the Alpha Academy's oldest came in the match, and then he tried to get in. He stopped it for a second. Gunther went out the ring. He did some kid in the Sandlot thing. He goes around the ring, goes back in the ring, and just try to put Otis to sleep. Now, if you don't know who Otis is, he's a little short, stocky, heavyweight dude. And he choked him out. Gunther choked him out. And then all of a sudden, Jay came in out there to try to stop. He stopped it to an extent, but, Gunther did get the win after that match, right? So then we go on to the Women's Intercontinental Championship, Lila Valkyria versus Dakota Kai. Now, this match right here, it would have been, to me, it was like the best title match of the night, right? Because it was really one-on-one. Dakota Kai, she showed us something tonight, and Lila Valkyria showed us something tonight, right? Now, Lila Valkyria is somebody who just came from NXT, who's making a name for herself. So, in the beginning, they're going back and forth at it. Dakota Kai, Commander, what up, Nine? They fought, and then, they had their back and forth. But Lila Valkyria, they was doing all type of pinfalls and rollovers and, 1-2, then the other one would pin that one, and then the other one would pin that one. So, it was more of a ring tactician type of situation in the women's match, which is, kind of refreshing because a lot of the women don't do none of that stuff, right? But in the end, Lila Valkyria, she ends up scoring a victory. She did a little Nightwing and put Dakota out. And, she got the 3 count. And, she got a hand raised in victory. But after she got a hand raised, a woman came out named Ivy Nile and came in, she wanted to, get her hits back or whatever. Because she lost to Lyra Valkyria a while back. So, she finished, she threw it through the post and all of that. And, so she wanted to make the announcement that I'm coming back. Oh, no problem, Commander. She wanted to make Ivy now, wanted to say, I'm here to win the championship while, Chad Gable, whose group she's in, American Made, is out. She was told to, win the championship. And, she made a statement after the match. And, that was the end of that segment. Then Braun Breaker had to fight Dominic Mysterio, which was a stupid fight for me to even, I don't even want to comment on this because it was like Dominic Mysterio didn't have a chance in the world. Commander, what's going on once again? Anybody watching this match could have seen what was going to happen, right? So Dominic Mysterio goes into the match. He's starting to fight Braun Breaker for I believe it's for the Intercontinental belt. But if it, well, that won't matter. Uh, so then all of a sudden, as he fighting Braun Breaker having his way, Carlito comes out, and then Finn Balor comes out. So they getting they interfering in the match. Uh, Breaker's doing what he need to do, folding the dude up, hitting him with spears and clotheslines and all of these other things. So the guys came in and jumped in for Dominic Mysterio, which led to a disqualification. And Braun Breaker gets the win over Dominic Mysterio for the disqualification. All of these guys was here, and it's like they left very little damage on them. They didn't even do nothing. Frankenstein is off the top rope. For those of you that don't know, Braun Breaker is the son of Rick Steiner from the Steiner brothers. And his uncle is Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump. Holla if you hear him. So that's his lineage in the wrestling. So he has the agility of his uncle and the strength of his father and the speed of his uncle as well. So that makes him. That's why he's an Intercontinental Champion. And they just don't really know what to do with him. But Finn Balor showing up may lead to a potential thing between Braun Breaker and Finn Balor, but I think that's going to be after the AJ Styles match that he's going to have soon, probably at WrestleMania. So Braun Breaker wins that match because of a disqualification, which leads us to the Cody Rhodes segment. The Cody Rhodes segment comes back. He's telling everybody, "Yo, I'm a fighter's champion." I'm gonna paraphrase real quick. I'm a fighting champion. I'm not here to sell my soul to The Rock. Well, for those of you that don't know, on SmackDown Friday night, Rock told him he wants Cody Rhodes to be his champion. He wants him to, he wants Cody to rock with The Rock and be his champion. He said, "I want your soul. I don't want the belt around my waist. I just want the belt with me, and I want your soul." I'm like, what in the Street Fighter movie is this, right? Or the 10 Rings or whatever you want to call it, right? I was just watching 10 Rings the other day. But anyway, so he's like, "Nah, I ain't, I'm not going through all that." So while he's having the conversation, Seth Rollins comes out, right? Now, Seth Rollins is one of the participants in the Elimination Chamber match that's going to happen Saturday. And the winner of that match actually gets to face Cody Rhodes. So we heard from CM Punk earlier. We heard from Logan Paul earlier. Those are two other participants in the Elimination Chamber, which is going to have, I believe, 6 people in that match. So I just named 3 of them, right? And they had their little back and forth. He's like, "Yo, I helped you get this belt." This is what Seth Rollins told him. "I helped you get this belt. I hope you ain't going to decide to go back with these people after, we fought hard to get this belt away from them," or whatever the case may be. And Cody was like, "I ain't trying to do that. You don't understand. I'm a fighter's champion. Why would I sell my soul?" And speaking of selling souls, wasn't you the one that hit Roman Reigns in the back? And wasn't you the one that went to the Authority and gained popularity because you was rolling with the higher ups and things like that? So you talking about selling souls, and you already did that. I'm paraphrasing once again. Which is a true statement, because if you watch WWE about 10 years ago, that's what happened. And Cody Rhodes was like, "You one of the people that got me up out of here. So I don't really owe you nothing. I don't owe you an explanation. Now, if you do win the belt, we'll have that fight. But other than that, I don't owe you nothing." And Seth was like, "You know what? You right. I just don't want you to go the way I went. And I don't want your soul. I don't give two." He said, "I don't really care about your soul. I just want the belt." And he dropped the mic and he stepped on up out of the ring. So that was the end of that segment. And then we get to the women's title match. The women's tag team title match. The women's tag team title match consists of Bianca Belair and Naomi versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. So, they started out, evenly matched. Uh, the tag champs had their moments, and then Raquel and Liv had a moment. Then all of a sudden, Dominic Mysterio comes out and he gives them a booster. For those of you that don't know, on the show, Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan, they're supposed to be boo things. So, he came to help his boo out or whatever. So, they sitting there hitting each other with their patented moves. Liv Morgan pins Naomi, and then they end up, winning the tag belts. So, so Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez becomes 3 times women tag champion, which is a precedent in the WWE. But they actually, that's what they set tonight. They became 3-time champions, both of them, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. But so this match, when you look at how it ended, it may lead to something different, right? Now that these women don't have the tag team, Bianca Belair and Naomi don't have the tag team championship, it's going to be a lot of speculations because the original partner of Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, was supposedly in an accident that was she was injured. Supposedly at this point of time, they believe that Raquel and Liv Morgan did it. So now that they lost the belts, they're going to probably focus on who actually injured Jade Cargill, which will probably lead to a WrestleMania moment. Now that there's no tag team, they're no longer Bianca and Naomi is no longer the champ, so it may be a WrestleMania moment brewing after this particular match. So yeah. So, as that show ended, that was, they were celebrating, the victory between Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez and Dominic Mysterio. They all celebrating. The former champs is looking bad. And, that's how the show ended. But for the actual showing tonight, it was more, like I said, it was more of an easy night, even though they extended it close to 3 hours tonight for whatever reason. The quality of matches was okay. They actually had the women set up as, like I said, the women were the main events tonight. They main evented the night, right? You had the tag team champions as the final match, and the title actually changed hands. So that's something that didn't happen on Netflix. I believe that's the first changing of the titles on Netflix. As Lala Valkyria, she won the newly invented women's intercontinental belt, but it was new, so it wasn't like there was a champion versus challenger thing. It was one person fighting another person to become that intercontinental champion. So this is the first time on Netflix that a title has changed hands, and so that's a precedence that these women have created on the show. So they get a big prop for that. We'll find out who's going to lead more into what happens next as far as the new champions. Will there be I don't even know if it could be a rematch because they go from show to show, as Bianca Belair and Naomi is actually on SmackDown, but because they had the belt, you can go from show to show. So we have to wait and see if that's what's going to happen between Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Will they go from show to show? Will they give them a title a return match? And we have to wait and see what happens. But this, like I said, this was more preemptive for the Elimination Chamber, especially for the men, right? For the men, it was more about, those fellas, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Logan Paul, to have conversation to be heard. Okay, I'm gonna win the belt, or this is what I'm gonna do when I win the belt. Now, the crazy thing about it is, on SmackDown, you have two more participants that's in that elimination chamber match. It is Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. Now, the one person you won't hear from is John Cena. John Cena is not going to be on the show till he won't make his appearance until the Elimination Chamber. I believe the reasoning is that he's out making a movie or something like that, but he will be at the Elimination Chamber to see if he can win the opportunity of main event in WrestleMania. Lisa, good evening. How you feeling? So those are the 6 participants. And like I said, whoever wins that match, they will be going up against I almost said Seth Rollins. I'm sorry. Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. So, I'm going to, I have my pick. I'll probably have that. I'll name my pick Friday for the men and the women. Now the funny thing about the women, the women's elimination chamber, we saw 3 of them tonight, and 3 of them was actually, what up, Nine? 3 of them was actually in the main event tonight, as Bianca Belair is in the elimination chamber, Naomi's in the elimination chamber, and Liv Morgan is in the elimination chamber. So, when I'm thinking about it, maybe one of them will win the elimination chamber, either Bianca Belair or Naomi, to go ahead and the winner of the elimination chamber will face Rhea Ripley. Well, we're gonna say it's Rhea Ripley, but we already know that Rhea Ripley will be fighting next Monday against Io Sky. But I'm predicting that she's gonna win that. I can't see her losing the belt before WrestleMania when she's already promoted as a main eventer for WrestleMania. So yeah, it's just, when you have those type of times and comment situations, when you predict anything earlier, it's hard to see, who would lose. Like for the champions, the single champions, like Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton, who's another women's champion, but she's on SmackDown, Cody Rhodes, and Gunther. I can't see them losing the belt when they are like the premier eventers for WrestleMania. So it's hard for me to say that any one of them is going to lose. As a matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think nobody is fighting. No champion is fighting this Saturday on the pay-per-view of Elimination Chamber. So it's kind of different. Normally a champion would be fighting at that particular time, but no one is being. There has not been a match made for them to fight at the Elimination Chamber. So they are patiently waiting to see who does what. But Gunther will be fighting Jey Uso and the main as one of the main eventers at WrestleMania, and Tiffany Stratton will be fighting Charlotte Flair for the women's championship at WrestleMania as well. So that's pretty much the sum up to what's going on with the Elimination Chamber from the Raw side. Now, when we get to SmackDown on Friday, we'll probably hear some things or see a couple of matches as well. That's going to be a 3-hour show, but I think they'll focus more. They'll probably focus on Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, but they also probably will focus on Solo Sikoa, uh, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga as they are going through a discrepancy. What's going on with the new bloodline? The new bloodline, for those of you that don't know, they lost in War Games, and they have been in disarray ever since that match. Solo Sikoa just came back maybe a couple of weeks ago, and they're trying to figure out what's going on between those three. That will probably be the focal point of the SmackDown that's coming up this Friday, as well as U.S. champion I can't say this man's name is Shinsuke Nakamura will be probably a highlight as he's holding the U.S. belt and he's really, really beefing with L.A. Knight. He's beefing with LA Knight, so we'll probably figure those type of things out on Friday. But all of this is leading up to Saturday, March 1st, the Elimination Chamber. What up, though?
What up, though?
How you feeling? How you living?
Man, I just woke up, bro. My wife woke me up. She came in the house. She's like, "Ain't you doing a show tonight?" I'm like, "I don't know, am I?"
You scheduled the show and didn't know that he was going on tonight?
That was one of them power naps, bro. I fell asleep in the middle of watching Raw. I had to.
Commander, you're gonna be doing some work tonight. 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. Y'all coming?
I didn't want to be on that late tonight. I don't think I am.
Y'all been having shows lately, so who knows?
Man,
Commander said cancel the show and rest, bro. I'm highlighting that. She said cancel the show and rest.
shit. I already watched all the Equalizer. I caught up to all my binge watching. What was I about to say? Yeah, I just took a couple nights off, man. I was exhausted. My body was weak, and I went to sleeping, and so yeah, I feel good now. I just woke up though, so I'm kind of trying to get my brain together.
Did you get to catch the boxing matches Saturday?
Man, I don't know how I feel about that. Crazy card because they canceled. It was supposed to be Joseph Parker versus Dubois. That got canceled. That was supposed to be a title match. He fought old boy with 2 days notice, so he wasn't even training.
Yeah, that was terrible. Well, you gotta put a performance on for the people, I guess. So I understood that, but they said he was number 2. I can't see how. Do you think he loses his ranking for that terrible display?
He's still fighting a job in May. I mean, I don't know what you expect. Like, I mean, he was supposed to be the new boogeyman of the division, of the heavyweight division. But, I mean, he got 2 days. Well, it's not even 2 days training because he had 2 days.
He had to get there. Right. He had to get there.
Started doing the stanky leg. Man, he popped on top of the head. He took 1 step forward and 3 steps back.
I said, I don't even know how to judge that match. But we had your guy, what's his name? Shakur Stevenson up there. He was part of the card, and then he was going crazy. And he break his ankle? Did he break his ankle, or was it sprain?
No, his hand. He fucked his hand.
Oh yeah, I mean his hand. Yeah. Did he break it or did he sprain it? I mean it was a simple fight for. Well, I thought it was a pretty easy fight for him, but What you think about that?
Man, he should have took that dude out earlier, but I mean, it just goes. He can't. He ain't got no pop.
Right.
He had to break him down, but he was supposed to get him out of there. He was supposed to get him out of there way earlier. And that probably like third, fourth round. That dude should have been.
I
He ain't,
agree.
he ain't got no pop in his hand. His hands brittle, bro.
Mm. So, he had to go, he had to, take his time and, now we got to see what happens with him as far as his hand, how long it's going to take him to heal before his next match and who he's going to decide to fight. Now, I mean, it has to be difficult when you don't have no pop. And now you got to recoup your hand. You know what I mean? You gotta make sure you can get that grip, that boxing fist, and you ain't got no pop. So it might take him a whole 3 to 6 months to get everything back in motion.
He
You
come around
know
and talk, he want to fight Tank. You better leave Tank alone. Tank go bury your ass somewhere.
what's going on? I can't pronounce his name. Yawaba. I'm a Ye Waba. I'm gonna say the Q is silent. But what's going on? Welcome in the sports chat with Mr. 33. Uh, and then we get to the main event, the Bivol Better Be match. I mean, I can't. Now we was just talking about, what fight we was talking about was a great main event not too long ago. I can't remember which match it was, but it was like around November. But we can actually say that for me that match, by far was the best one of 2025 for me.
Yeah, I
I lost.
don't.
Oh, here we go.
I just don't know how I feel about that because I don't know. I didn't see. I don't know. Bevel. I mean, he connected with more combinations. I just think Better Be just walking down, take the pressure on him, and was tightening him up. He kept him tight. I mean, I think he did enough to win and not get a draw. I think it should have been more of a draw.
I was about to ask you, do you think the cards was actual correct? Because I had it as a draw too. I had it 6-6 as far as the rounds. Um, I just I couldn't like the power punches. You understood where it went. It was more towards Bivol than Beterbiev. At the end of the day, you know, I couldn't decipher like how to like it was just a draw because it was equally matched. You see what I'm saying? So I guess they didn't want to end it as a draw, but I thought it should have been a draw. Like that's how I really felt about it. Like 6-6. I think two of the cards had 7-5, and one card had 6-6. So I agree. Like I mean, it was a tough match to judge, I guess, for the judges. Well, two of the judges, because one actually had it as a draw.
My mic very low. Yeah, my bad, bro. I can't. Yeah, I'm on my phone. I can't even turn it up. I can't turn. Maybe Gary can, but I can't do it on my phone.
I don't even know. I'm not even on my computer. Sorry for the low level of the mic, y'all. Um, but I just, like I said, I didn't know how to like. I just thought it was a draw. I thought they was gonna have a Better Be Bivol 3. I mean, it's gonna be one anyway, but I think they just wanted a winner. So I mean, unfairly they gave it to. Well, I can't even say unfairly. I mean, I can, but they gave it to Bivol. Like that's the best way to look at it. I thought it was a draw as well.
I mean, they wanted Bivol to win that anyway. They wanted Bivol to win the first fight. Turkey did,
Mm.
but they boys, man.
So as we know that part three is going to be coming. I don't know when that's going to be coming out. That's probably come out, if anything, later on in the year, if not next year.
Nah, it's too early in the year. It'll be, but they just fought in October or November. They just
And then it
fought.
went. So you think it's going to be what, September, October again?
Hell no, it's gonna be like May. They're gonna fight like May, June, no later than June. Part three, they're gonna knock that out, get that money, man. Why it's still
Mm.
hot? Too long, ain't nobody gonna want to see that shit.
So now we have. Don't we have a fight coming Saturday as well? Who's fighting this Saturday? Tank
Tank,
is fighting, right? Right.
tank.
They they keep doing this to me, man. How they gonna do us like that, man? We gotta watch. We gotta watch Elimination Chamber and the fight. I ain't coming on that night. Let me tell you that right now. Sports chat is not gonna be on that night. That's a whole evening. And I think the chamber match starts at 7 o'clock too. That whole event.
I think six. I think 6 o'clock.
No, I don't think you can. I don't think they allow us to view that match. We can have the volume, but we can't. You know what I mean? We might could have the volume on, but you can't see the actual events of the matches.
Now
So that's
there's a certain
that's
way
like a
you
strike.
there's a certain way you can do it. Like
Okay, I didn't know that.
and it depends on which network it is. If it's like at the zone, all thing you do is turn the volume down and edit the screen a little bit. But if it's like
Mm.
Amazon, nah, they gonna get your ass no matter what you do. I don't
Yeah,
even
but
know.
now that the WWE is with Netflix, I wouldn't do that. I think the tank match is PBC. I think is if I'm not mistaken. I don't think we can do that with PBC. They ain't playing that.
That shit would be on Amazon. I know you could probably do it through the Discord. I'm trying to, set
Hmm.
that up.
And I don't. I gotta find out what. If it's in if it's in the states, it will probably be sometime that evening. So
Yeah, I think
like 11:30 ish.
one is in Canada and the fight is in. What? I can't remember the fight at.
I think it's in the states. I don't think it's like the Better Be Bibble fight where it was Saudi Arabia. I think it's in the states. I would have to look that up.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
your day off. You can't do that. That's your day off. We give you automatically gave that yourself that day off Saturdays.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I thought you talked about the fight for Saturday. I thought you were saying you was gonna go on Saturday. I'm like, nah, that's your night off.
I ain't streaming that shit. Mm. They get my ass because I'm black, bro. I'm one of them black people who the point it happened to. I'm that black dude that when it say, "Oh, you got a 99.9% chance to get away," I'm the point zero
I'm
one.
that guy. Yeah, it's on PBC. It's a
Yeah, so
PBC fight. Mm-mm-mm.
I gotta follow rules.
I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. But yeah,
There's a
I
way
don't
people
know what to put for that match. Go ahead. So what you say?
no, there's a way people do that shit though. Cause I watched the whole Clarissa Shields fight on YouTube. Only thing he kept doing is pausing it, but that's what I'm saying. That's the zone, and that's like a $20 pay per view fight. They don't care about that shit.
Right. But this is a big marble. This is for the marbles.
Yeah, Amazon $80 fight. You is not streaming that shit on YouTube.
Um, what are we expecting for this match? This Tank match, this Tank and Davis match. I mean,
Tank,
yeah. I
Tank go,
mean, Roach fight. Excuse me. Yeah, Tank versus Roach.
Tank go squash a roach.
You gonna stomp him out?
Man, this Tank been beating on his ass since they been putting gloves on. That motherfucker want to come up and wait, talk about I can beat. You never beat Tank, bro. And he's something crazier than what you knew him was. Dude, nice.
So we gonna get it stopped at like what, the fifth or sixth round, maybe. We think it's gonna go. It's going all the way.
This is what Tank, man, it ain't going all the way. This is what Tank is. Tank is a showman, bro. Tank gonna put on a show. That's why he be looking to the crowd, playing to the crowd. Tank be carrying people, bro. He could be knocking these motherfuckers out probably 3-4 rounds. He be carrying them. Like Frank Martin, bro. He could have been got Frank Martin. Only thing he did is caught him against the rope and caught him with one clean hook on the chin. He wasn't even catching. Like, look at what he did to Ryan Garcia. Man, he could have did that in the
Right.
second round. Ryan Garcia was open all night. He don't want a little shot, put him down. Then that boy didn't want to get up. He could have been did that. When he did this Rolly, bro, he knocked Rolly back into the future, bro. When he shot Rolly, the whole fight Rolly was coming at him. The only thing Tank did is slip and pop. And all those punches, he said, I didn't even hit him hard. Like, what the fuck you mean you ain't hit him hard? They was sleeping. About you ain't hit him hard. And he laughing like, I didn't even try to knock him out. Like, bro, they keep playing. This boy gets skill and he's fucking accurate, bro. And he got popped. So imagine if he linked into one of them bitches for real. Man, he gonna destroy Roach. He gonna stomp a road. That boy coming up from a different weight class. So he's not acclimated with that weight class. It's only 5 pounds, man. That shit means something, bro. I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
absolutely.
hit by people in one weight class, then you getting hit by somebody who hit like 4 weight classes up. They said that boy punched like a light heavy. Fuck, 5'2" transformer looking dude punching like light heavyweight. Man, hell no. Y'all
I
want to
don't
fight?
think I don't think the average person really understands what happens with the changes of weight and weight classes. You know, more regular people might just think it's, all right, he gained a couple pounds or he lost a couple pounds. It's what you do with those pounds that determines, you know what I mean? Like, do you turn it into muscle? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think people just see boxing as like a actual sport and not, the actual science behind the sport. You know what I mean? Like, you really have to understand what happens if you go down or go up on a weight class. Because even if you make the weight, some people, they may go down because you know what I mean. That they don't feel comfortable at that weight. They just made the weight to make the match or make the fight. You know what I mean? It's a lot to it that, a novel boxing fan, they won't understand it. So, you know, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be an interesting fight. I don't know. I'm gonna say Tank is going. I got him in the mid rounds. I'm gonna say 7. I'm gonna say 7.
It's gonna
That
be.
he'll end it.
I'm gonna tell you why it's gonna be before the night. Because Shakur took 9 rounds to take that dude out. And he gonna prove to Shakur like not only am I a better fighter, but I fight better fighters and I'm gonna get him out a lot sooner. I can get him out. You can't. You got a box. I can fight. Like you got pillow hands, bro. Your hands worse than Devin Haney, bro.
Oh Lord, not the pillow hands. But
I'm like Mr. Glass.
I see your Pistons. I see your Pistons on a 7 game winning streak.
Detroit basketball, bro.
They back. I was watching Steve Smith tonight. He's like, "We back, baby." I'm like, "Okay, y'all back." But it's good when Detroit is playing this well. I mean, when you got Detroit, when you got the old school teams, from the '80s, like Detroit, the Lakers, the Celtics, it just brings back that old memories of the how they started back in the '80s when they had to compete and play each other and things of that nature. So I'm kind of excited for Detroit. I think they're in the 6th seed right now. I truly believe they can get to the 5 seed. I do. I think with Milwaukee being they losing Bobby Portis for him doing that nonsense. Don't know what type of pill he taking. I think Milwaukee's gonna slip. They can. I believe they can get possibly to the 4 seed. Right now they're in the 6th seed, but I think they can get up to 4 and host and have a home court advantage in the first round.
I gotta take it up there, bro. The city gonna be so lit.
I mean, I know this much. I know they get to that 4 seed. You listen, can't tell Detroit nothing. Detroit had a hell of a year.
We told them nothing now. We talking about winning the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, I think they could. I think they could win. Playing this, well, if they was to start today, they would be actually playing the Knicks. That'll be. I wouldn't even talk to you after that. Like if they beat the Knicks, I ain't. I'm shutting the channel down. I'm lying.
Oh, right.
But
All right, can you hear me? Like,
he
can you hear me?
can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I don't know what the hell that ding ding ding. I ain't fighting nobody. Something going on with, with the laptop.
It
Had
sounded
to
like you
switch
was,
over.
it sounded like you was wrestling the mic or something, bro. It sounded like you trying to put it in the pantry or something.
It's this AI technology trying to take over my stuff. But what was I saying? Oh, uh, I don't think is Mayweather officially retired or he just retired because he ain't fight.
Hmm.
That's a question.
Oh, one more time.
Is Mayweather officially retired or is he retired because he hasn't fought?
No, Mayweather didn't. Because all them fights he was on, those was exhibition fights. He retired after Conor McGregor fight. He just wanted to be 50 and 0. Yeah, he retired after Conor McGregor fight. All them other fights was just exhibition.
Hmm. All right, let's see. Let's see. I'm back loud. I guess I don't know what's going on with this damn going thing. But hey, you got a show? Ain't you doing a show in 10 minutes? What time does your show start?
Yeah, I'm about to get back in the house.
All
Yeah, I'm
right,
about,
well,
I'll
shout
be
out to
on.
my 33 brother
I
who made
appreciate
a
it.
made an appearance out of the Raptors tonight. Happy to see him as always. Appreciate his time.
Oh, for sure, bro. Appreciate you.
Do you think they should also match boxers with age range as well? No, because some people are more gifted in their age, or more gifted than their actual age, right? For example, now just imagine if they had age range in the 80s and Mike Tyson was fighting in his 20s, he would have never fought nobody. He would have been fighting Olympians, right? Because he was 20, 19, 20. I just think, you fight who's in front of you to gain the rankings. And then if you are blessed enough to get to the number one spot, you represent that number one. You go ahead and fight for the belts. And also because they go through, some of these guys are jumping from weight class to weight class. That'll be that would be another difficult situation, right? If you was like 25 and you could fighting somebody that's 32, you might not be able to make it. You know what I mean? Because you probably jump up from like uh middleweight to light heavyweight or something. Uh, that would be a tough pill to swallow if you had to go through the age gap. You know what I mean? Like a flyweight to a super flyweight to a flyweight. Those things, I don't think they would be able to control that situation because some older guy might drop down to a super flyweight and then run into somebody that's like 19, 20. You see what I mean? It that would be difficult to control as far as the rankings and how to put those batches together. That's what I'm saying. That's why the ages the ages you can't. That's like, how would I say this? Do you remember when George Foreman fought Michael Moore for the belt a long time ago when George Foreman won the belt? If the age restriction was on it at that time, George Foreman would have never fought because he had him by about 10 years. See what I mean? Like, no, I don't think. I just don't think that the age thing should be enforced because I get what you're saying because of the experiences and things like that. But a lot of these guys are starting to fight early too, right? They'll start fighting like Golden Gloves, 16, 17, 18 with the experience. But to become a professional, I do understand what you're saying. But a lot of these guys that start from the amateur rank, right? They start early, 16, 17, 18. Then when they get up to like 2021, they might get a IBO sanction or a WBO sanction, WBA. You know what I mean? It it would be. I just think it would be difficult to play somebody because of their age. Because there could be somebody that's 25 that's still ranked 192nd, and then you come in and you ain't ranked. Do you fight that person or do you fight somebody? And plus, some of these guys get used to prepare themselves for the actual heavyweight champ or the the champs of that division, right? So let's say you get somebody that's like a year in, and then you got somebody like uh up and comer like a Tank Davis, like how he did before, or how Roy Jones used to fight anybody. And then you want to fight? Come on, we could put it together. We'll have that fight, and then we'll see what you made of. Sometimes, if you put on, I don't think. Well, I know for sure boxing can't. I don't think it could be staged like that, right? So if you put on a good performance, somebody might say, you know what? I might want to fight you as well because you gave this top notch guy a good fight. So now if you gave that top notch guy a good fight, his number one opponent, the number one contender, may want to fight you because You gave him top notch just to show like, hey, I beat him better than you beat him. You know what I mean? So it's a it's a slippery slope. I agree with that, but I just don't think that the age restriction should be a part of the conversation. It should be about your skills, whether you're athletic, your punching skills, uh, 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 the gifts that you've given. If you're gifted enough, you should be able to go wherever you want to go. If you're not, then you got to go about it in a cautious way, because in all reality, it's only like top. Let's say in each division, it might be top tens, right? So if you like 11 to 20, you fighting to get to the top 10. If you 50, you trying to get to the top 25. You see what I mean? All of that. And I don't think that has anything to do with ages anyhow. So I think if that was to occur, I think we'll hold a lot of the young fighters back. The guys that might come out 5-0 with 3 knockouts. It may hold them back for a little while. But because boxing is a sport that gathers so much attention, you probably can't wait on the age restrictions. Wait on the age restrictions. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't hope that happen. I really wouldn't want that to happen. Like if you look at the top 10 contenders, right? You probably say they're all right. They're in their early, they're their mid to late 20s, possibly early 30s. But then if you look at the other ones, you probably see somebody with a 12-0 with a 5 knockout situation. You see what I mean? It'll be so many different ranges that you're looking at the wins and losses and not at their age for the most part. So yeah, I don't think that should be a thing. But like I said, I definitely understand why you would think that's a thing. It's not like it's a box like basketball, right? You got somebody that's 15 years in playing a rookie. It's totally different because some people hand skills could be just as good as a 15-year vet. And matter of fact, your hands might be so swift that the 15-year vet wouldn't know how to defend it. You see what I mean? So yeah, I wouldn't do that. Uh, we're about to head over to Words channel to hear what this conversation is about tonight. He's been out for a couple of days. We go and show support to my 33 brother, my 9 brother. So I appreciate everybody stopping by tonight. Uh, once again, we'll be back on Friday to have the conversation about SmackDown. As you've seen tonight, we talk about just about a lot of different sports. We touch on basketball. We spoke about WWE wrestling. We spoke about boxing, and we'll probably give our predictions about the Elimination Chamber, the Tank and Roach fight. I'll also have some information about the undercards by that time, so where we'll probably have those conversations. I'll probably post that on the community wall, but we'll probably have that conversation that night as well. So with that being said, from the Channel 9 studios, I'm Mr. 33. I'm signing off. I'll see you guys on Friday.